Hello friends, I'm going to talk about the passing multiple rows from C# to SQL Server. So that's called table valued parameters. So, so welcome back to my channel. Have you ever needed to send a list of hundreds or thousands of items from your C# application to SQL Server efficiently instead of copying them one by one in a loop? So that is slow, right? So have you ever tried that? So the solution is powerful feature called table valued parameters or TVP. So in short we will call it as a TVP. It lets you pass a whole virtual table in a single network call. So that is the most advantage about TVP. So in this video we will walk through exactly how to set up a SQL Server structure and C# code needed to make this work. So by by using SQL Server structure as well as C# code, so using both, so we can make it this work. Let's dive in. The first step always happens to in database. So we need to define the shape of the data we plan to send. So we do this with user defined table type or UDT. So think of this like creating a blueprint for our incoming data. So let's create that. Here we create a type called product list type. It has two columns, product name and unit price. The names and types are critical here. So the name and types are critical here. They must match the what we use in C sharp. That means whatever data we are sending from C sharp, that should match the table type. So let's create that. So here I have created a product list type. So as a table, this is the syntax. So if you want to create a user defined table type, this is the syntax create type and type name of the type and as table, and we have to declare the parameters. Here the product name and the data type is nvarchar 100 and not null, and unit price. As I mentioned, whatever we are sending from C sharp, that data should match the here, otherwise it will fail. So let me create this table type. So it has been created. To see this where it has been created, so we have to go to the database and programmability types, user defined data types or table types, sorry. See here it has been created the same. So it has created now. So let's create a stored procedure to receive the data. So we have created a table type. Now we are creating the SP here. So the SP name is insert new products. So I have the code ready. So let me go to another one. And here this is my stored procedure insert new products. And if you see here, I am passing the table type as a parameter here. So key part here. So don't forget the name should be match here, product list type, and this is the parameter I'm passing. This is the type I'm mentioning here. So please note this is not a data type. It is a user defined table type. So the name should be matched here with schema. So it should be read only. Then I'm inserting some data. So I'm inserting some data into products table from this table type. So if you see here, so from here this you can treat this as a table, virtual tables. From here we can read that, we can insert and we can do many things here. I mean we can't insert here, it is a read only, so we can read this information and do some operations. So if we don't have this, let's imagine I have thousands of rows, I want to pass here and insert directly. So I have to go for I mean that's not possible, right? So we have to go in C sharp, we have to loop the list, and each loop I need to write in such statement, and so that is the consuming, time consuming and performance impact also, right? So with this we can just like do that, and let me create this. I hope we don't have, yeah, so it has been succeeded. I am think we don't have product table. Let me see whether it is exist or not. So the product table is not exist in database. So let me create that one also. I will create later. So we'll continue example. Notice, so I'm just notice this key part is product, as I mentioned, product to insert, and DB product list type. So when you use table value parameter instead of procedure, you must declare it as a read only. This is important because SQL optimize this for bulk insertion. So for bulk insertions, we have this syntax we have to follow. So this syntax we have to follow for bulk insertion. It is going to be useful. So let's move into C sharp implementation. So I'm creating console application. So we are in C sharp right now. Our goal here is to load our data into structure, that is ADO.NET can understand and ship off to SQL Server. So we are going to create a structure, data into structure, and pass it to ADO.NET so that it will send to SQL Server. So first to create a data table. So let me paste the code. So I am creating the data table here first. So this is my data table. It's my data table. So I'm in my data. If you see here, I'm exactly passing that how the structure it is. Product name, envar and money. So I'm passing exactly same. I'm also adding the values. So we create a data table now and add a column with matching names and types. Then we populate with the data. So this can easily map from list of objects you might already have in application. So we have done that, and execute command with the TVP parameter. So we are trying to execute this now. So, so let me add the required namespace. So we don't have, so we have to add the SQL connection, and so I'll go through this. The magic happens here, these two lines, like SQL parameter SQL data type. So here the tell the command which stored procedure. So this is where I am declaring my stored procedure. This is the parameter. So I have created the parameter with the parameter name and new products. So this is where I am passing the data table here. As I mentioned, the data and the table value parameter should match with the data types, otherwise it won't work. And this is the crucial here. So we have to specify what is SqlDB type. So we have to mention SqlDB type structured, otherwise it won't work. So this is, and type name, I am passing type name optional but recommended. Specify the exact SQL Server type name is optional, and I'm adding my parameter. I'm open connection and executing. Once this runs, then the data whatever we are sending, we are uploading here, loading here, it automatically sent to SQL Server, and SQL Server will insert into product table. So you see that how easy it is. So if you don't have this option, then we have to loop everything here every time here, and pass insert statements. to the SP, and it will, so it's a time consume if you have more rows. So summary, using table value parameter is a game changer for performance. Instead of making one database round trips for every single row you insert, you make the single optimized round trip which all your data packed inside. So what is the recap? Define the SQL Server, define the create type, and create stored procedure with that uses the read only pay type, and build matching data table, set your SQL parameter as a structured. So I hope you understand exactly what is the table types, table value parameters, and how easy we can send from .NET to SQL with this example. So if you find this tutorial helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more C# and SQL tips. Thank you for watching and happy coding.